This is the Western Wall. The Western Wall is part of 4 walls that were built by King Herod. King Herod wanted to impress, and the Temple Mount that we are now heading into it was too small for that. Then he built 4 big walls around it, and then he created a huge plaza. Soon you will see the Dome of the Rock with the golden dome. That is the site of the Jewish temple. At the time of King Herod, it was between 2 to 3 times higher and bigger. The only thing that you can see from it is the golden peak there. Can you see it? That's the top of it. Then you can understand that from here you can see how massive and how impressive was the Jewish temple. Through that ugly bridge, we will enter soon to the Temple Mount or Haram esh-Sharif. It all depends who you're asking it. We just enter the Temple Mount. You can see two amazing places. This is the first one. The second one is the well-known one. You can see it in every second picture of Jerusalem, the Dome of the Rock. Although the sun is in our eyes, you can see it beautifully, Al-Aqsa Mosque. Now let's talk about what's actually happened here. Let's start from the beginning. King David bought that place from the Jebusite, the Canaanite people, and he decided to build a Jewish temple right here. He didn't, mainly because King David was punished by God. The one who built it was King Solomon. And King Solomon built a temple that was here for hundreds of years. But why there? Beneath the Dome of the Rock, which was instead of the Jewish temple, is the one stone, the foundation stone, Even Ashtiyah, according to the Jewish Bible. That is the foundation stone. That is the first stone ever. When God created the world, he had to start from somewhere. That somewhere was there. So many things happen on top of that stone. According to the Jewish tradition, Adam and Eve, when they were kicked out from Eden, they went straight down to that rock. The second story is about Abraham and Isaac. And I'm Isaac. My father almost sacrificed me on top of that stone at Mount Moriah. The last moment, the angel came and stopped him from doing it. Then, that was the Jewish temple. And to the Holy of the Holy, only the high priest could go in once a year in Yom Kippur. Then, wait a minute. Then in that case, that was the Jewish temple. But that was the first one. The second one was built by King Herod, and we already know that he wanted to impress everything. Then you can see part of the wall that he built to create the artificial plaza. On top of it, he could build the Jewish temple that was between 2 to 3 times higher and bigger. That temple had been destroyed by the Romans at 70 AD, and from that time there were no Jewish temples. Some people believe, and I'm one of them, that Adrian built here Roman pagan temple. It had been destroyed when the emperor became to be Christian place. The Christians loved that place and hated that place. They loved that place because Jesus was here for 3 times. There are so many stories about Jesus in that temple. They didn't like it because that was a symbol of Judaism, and it's been destroyed, and it's okay to leave it like that. At 7th century, according to tradition, Muhammad reached Al-Aqsa Mosque, and this is the Al-Aqsa Mosque, which is in English is the far, far away mosque, and a wild beast, Al-Buraq, took him to here, and from here you walk to the Dome of the Rock, to the stone itself. The Dome of the Rock wasn't there. He ascended into heaven, and not before he met all the prophets, and he got the 5 prayers of a day from God himself. This is the night journey of the Muslims. And then at the 7th station, they built 2 important things here: the Dome of the Rock, which is a memorial site, and Al-Aqsa Mosque. Now, a Muslim must purify his body, usually his legs and hands. Then you can see that they are doing it before they will enter to the temple, to Al-Aqsa. Sadly, only Muslims can go into those 2 places. The Muslims are not allowed us to go in. Until 2000 I could do that. and I did it, but from 2000 we cannot. This is a little bit sad. The Emirates people came here yesterday, and we have now peace between them and Israel. And sadly, the Muslims here didn't allow them to go in. They see them as a traitor. I hope that they will understand that to have peace is better than to have war. The Muslims called that place, until the 19th century, Al-Maqdas, which is the temple. They actually remember the Jewish temple, but then it began to be a political issue. Then they actually changed it to Al-Aqsa compound or Haram esh-Sharif. Who owns it? Who supposed to be there? Oh, and Shlomi asked me a very good question. Why in 1967, when we came back to Jerusalem, we didn't destroy it all, at least to build a Jewish synagogue in it? According to the Jewish law, we cannot destroy holy sites, even though it's not a Jewish site. Until today, if there is a mosque, it will be there forever. If it's a church, it will be there forever. And more than that, those places are owned by the people who own it. Then, when we enter through the gate, the Muslims police ask us who we are and why we are here. Then they are checking us. It's beautiful from inside. Who built it? It was built for the Muslims, but the Muslims at that time, 7th century, knew how to build tents. Then Christian architects built it for them. Then for some of you it looks like a church. And this is a kind of a memorial church at Mount Moriah, which is right there. You could see at the same time something similar to it. And that was the Ascension Church, where Jesus ascended into heaven. Now it's been destroyed by the Muslims at the 13th century. And but it was exactly like that. Another reason why the Jews at 1967, the Israelites, didn't build here or something, didn't destroy it, is because so many of the Orthodox Jews believe that that is the Holy of the Holy. And the only high priest, remember, that can go into the Holy of the Holy. And because we don't know exactly where it is, they don't want anyone to enter to here. Another reason why the temple is not built. And King Solomon, Shlomi, asked me why we didn't build here a synagogue next to a mosque, if it's only for Jews and Muslims. Well, it's a good question, but the same thing I can ask you about King David. King David is a prophet for the Muslims. Do you think that they can build a mosque inside the synagogue as well? Or?
Not inside, but nearby.
But nearby, it's not a tomb.
It's a big place. You know,
yeah, but it's not a tomb of Jesus, of King David. It's a political issue mostly, and of course differences between religion. And the monotheistic religion always ask themselves or say to themselves, "I'm better than the others." That's why there's an Old Testament and New Testament, and that's why the Muslims believe that the Quran is the newest version. And then the Baha'is came and actually said, it's not. We have a better version of it. Can we climb up to the Temple Mount?
If we can, we should.
All right, we should. It's beautiful. Then those two places were built at the 7th century. Look at that, Shlomi. We saw that man, remember, at the Western Wall.
Yes.
And look at the group of Hasidis.
I can see.
And what do you see behind them? Policeman?
Waqf police.
No, policeman, and the Waqf is here. That's the man that asks us questions. Because it can be a political issue. Because you cannot pray there. There are so many things that you cannot do if you're not Muslim. For example, you cannot go in with
Can't go
holy.
inside the mosque.
Yeah, that's we already know. But you cannot go with the Bible. You cannot pray. And there's so many tension. There's a lot of tension here. Beautiful place, full with tension. Then it was built in the 7th century. I remember that when I said that it's one of the most beautiful buildings that I ever saw in my life, some of the people told me how dare I. Listen, it's beautiful. You can hate it, you can love it, but beautiful it is. Look how beautiful it is. Then it was built in the 7th century, together with Al-Aqsa. And in it, you already know, foundation stone, all the place that Muhammad ascended into heaven. Choose whatever you want. Shlomi, before we will take some pictures, and we will have a lot of time, I want to go there to see the שער הרחמים.
question.
Yes.
אפשר לציין את הכותל מלמעלה פה, או שזה
No,
לא...
no.
מגיעים אליו?
He asked me if I can take a picture of the Western Wall from here. Sadly, no. I did it
I
once.
can see why.
Yeah. Remember, a few years ago, they used to throw stones on us. Then now, the police is not letting anyone to be close to it. Water, a lot of stories about water. Water systems, heaven, water of heaven, and whatever you will choose. Holy site. Lately they renovated it, and according to what I know, King Hussein sold one of his palaces to build a dome with gold, to cover it with gold. Beautiful, isn't it? And if we're talking about holy sites, it was a Jebusite, Canaanite place, a very holy place. And then King David bought it from them with full money. King Solomon built the temple. That temple being destroyed by the Babylonian. And later on, the second temple was built by King Herod. Before that, by Ezra and Nehemiah. And it been here until the Roman destroyed, according to what I know. And it's one of the ideas that Adrian built here a temple at 132. That temple, pagan temple, been destroyed by the Christians, actually the same nation, the same Romans that became Christians. Now we call them Byzantines. They didn't build here anything special. The Muslims came to here 7th century and built here. Built here the mosque that we saw. The Christians, the Crusaders, conquered that place. They turned it into churches. For example, King Solomon, in a way, was here, and then
I don't understand.
After the Crusade, it became, when the Muslims came back again, it became to be a Muslim site again until today. What we can see here, it's Mount of Olives. You can see few important things. The Ascension Church, that's where Jesus ascended into heaven. And remember, until the 12th or 13th century, it was exactly like the Dome of the Rock. And you could see it from here. It was lit 24 hours a day, waiting for the Messiah to come back. Lower than that, you can see Mary Magdalene Church, and beneath it is Garden of Gethsemane. Beautiful place of Mount of Olives. Not so far away from here, it's another one of the few gates there, the Mercy Gate, according to the Jews, and the Golden Gate, according to the Christians. And that was the end of that video. If you reach here, it means that you are good. And I'm begging you, subscribe my channel. And ask your friends to subscribe it too, because I have no work now. And I will be more than happy to guide you through my 80,000 videos. And of course, some other videos will be here soon. Then it's 21st of October 2020. Excellent weather now, Shlomi. Not so hot.
Much better than...
Yeah, lovely. Lovely. Yesterday it was raining here. Thank you very much for watching that video. Bye bye.